Greetings everyone, it is me Gigglim, and welcome back to the Carol No Death run. In the last part, we took care of two more stages, a city and a fight in the sky. And in this part, this is where the No Death run is definitely going to run into a bit of a snag. We are definitely going to be faced off with some very brutal stages ahead of us, and I'm not looking forward to that. This may be where the run is going to slow down for me. Anyways, let's take our reward. And it's another metal shield. Let's try that again. And another metal shield. What are the odds of that? Anyways, let's begin. Man, since when did I pick a day to have the Shane 2 trolleys travel today? Yeah, choo-choo all the way. Choo-choo all the way, because I'm not taking the train to get past the Jade Creek. We're taking a bike in through the most inopportune places. If you're able to lift your bike up and go through places like this, Carol does not skip leg day. You'd think it would be the one with the ripped legs because she's the fastest, but Carol's immense strength with her gosh darn legs, because she can lift this bike, she can jump with her bike. Oh. Anyways, Jade Creek is where the game stops pulling its punches. It will test your patience in some ways too. My first time playing as Carol through Jade Creek was where the game decided it was where I had 62 minutes in Jade Creek during my first playthrough. And believe me, just this particular stage is it's got a lot of things. Not only do you have to run from the law because of association, well, you also have to fight against Serpentine's forces, who are basically just wanting you dead, even if they don't really do much. You can get lost in this stage with this part, so if in case you're lost, follow me. Just go this way. Man, Carol's got a propeller on her bike. What is this, Mario Kart 7? Anyway, and go here. This particular stage can get pretty nasty. It is fairly open, but doesn't exactly mean it's easy. There are some pretty hard-hitting enemies here and there. But if you can do that and ride up the wall with your bike, you can get yourself this Tau token right here. Ah. Huh. Okay, so that's how you do it. So yeah, start boosting because you're going to need to, I keep doing that early. Because you're going to need to run from Shane 2's police officers. Can I just say how messed up that, like, what does Carol and Lilac have to, what did Carol and Lilac had, like, steal to be charged as an adult? Oh, give me a second. Ugh, this part. I want to show something that is entirely possible. Nope, never mind. I'll show it through the outtake if this is the successful take. Anyway, like, what did they steal? Like, I know they steal crystals, but like, there's gotta be something that warrant them being charged as an adult, because they're only kids. Like Carol even says herself. Like, seriously, you're chasing after a freaking you're chasing after was still a kitten. Ugh. Like, Wildcat, sure, but goodness gracious, like, is it because of the way they fight? Ooh. Must be some tough times. Okay, now for the fourth playable character in Freedom Planet 2 as our mini-boss and what's got her and her infamous reputation because of one of the story cutscenes. Mira. She will definitely be a boss where you'll die against her because of how hard she hits with her ice magic. Carol, get off the bike. That bike is entirely vulnerable. And that's how you can basically skip one of her phases. Because this is an emergency, she orders backup in the form of this submarine you're riding on. So you're gonna have to escape for your life. So yeah. This video is already going on for 30 minutes, and I'm only going to show bits and pieces of it. But this stage is not entirely easy. I mean, with Carol's ability to ride walls and such, it can make exploring pretty fun. Especially with the double jump that her bike has. That can definitely be a quintessential ability. Ooh. Yeah. Water is really a non-issue in this game, considering that your movement options aren't exactly neutered in the water. Well, you can still have a bunch of speed options. I love that part of the stage. Freeze! Jeez, and then Nira gets frozen herself. Anyway, we're already at the end of the stage, fortunately. Hopefully this will be a successful take. But get some health in the form of an X. And we're gonna take this shield with us just to replenish our shield. Anyways, Torque is being abducted. And yeah, you can take the first hit in any way you like. But just be careful of what he decides to do for an attack, because you don't want to immediately try to attack him, because he will do that. And as you can tell, even the little pink shield that he's got on me. Oh, God. Okay, good. Now we're on the second phase. Ignore the shade troopers. Start going against the wall. Start trying to hop around a lot, and try to damage the shade troop. Try to damage the ship that Serpentine's riding. Milo will also throw you an additional gas canister to replenish your shields. And I'm almost dead, so I'm going to need to be absolutely careful. Anyways, the shield has been broken, or the windshield has been broken, and the entire ship has finally gone down. Oh, now because of how long this took me, I'm going to have to take a refreshing pause. Oh, that is it for this stage. I will see you after the video analysis, refreshing pause, and the outtakes montage. I hope you enjoy. Oh. Hey. No, like that, no! Oh! No! Ah, there I go. And we were 9 minutes into the stage, too! Like that. You just lose your bike like that. Like, she could just take down your bike in just a single swoop. Ugh. Ugh. And let's just say, let's just say, her initial reception is, less than ideal. And there I go, dying again. There's what I get for trying to talk about low opinions on you. Okay. It's possible to get this with Carol. There we go. We got it with Carol. Look at that. Hit on him. This particular attack is pretty hard to dodge. And don't do that! And I'm almost dead. Ugh. Nope, there it is. You see how easily she destroys your bike? Ah. This is a stage where the gloves come off. Jade Creek does not fool around. This stage, in terms of stage progression, has many ways around it, and unlike Dragon Valley, there seems to be more pathways, and it might get easy to get lost. But once you know your way around, it'll be easier to get that fabled Jade Creek Speedrunner achievement. However, the stage's biggest difficulty source is its mini-boss and stage boss. Oh, Nira. I swear I never seem to have a run without dying to her at least once. Her pattern is a simple summon a shield, throw an ice projectile, and jump. If hit, she'll do an ice tornado, throwing ice around the field. The tricky part is her damage output. Even on normal, she hurts like getting punched in the gut. It's very easy to lose your guard, trying to break your shield and go for the hit. But because of her projectiles going around the field and rebounding and such, you're not going to have an easy time. Sometimes I end the fight with no health, and that's how much she hurts. Now, before anything else, I should bring up that you can cheese her to end the fight faster. Is it easy to do? No, but you can do it. You have to land another hit while she's twirling. Your obstacle is how fast you can do the damage and the ice on the ground. It's possible to do. I've done it at least twice. I'm sure as hell not going to be able to do it on camera or on demand. After the mini-boss, the next section is very straight. It's not easy to lose your way here. It is very linear with very few nooks and crannies with stuff. But you should immediately go towards the health pickups after the damage you receive from Nira. After escaping the Shane to sub, you just need to do some simple platform to get to the stage boss. It gets very linear from there. Serpentine is very daunting at first, especially as Carol. If you're playing as Mila, even on hard, quick rhythmic timing with her block and super block burst can tear this first phase apart, ironically making her the easiest character to go through the stage. But for Lilac and Carol, it's all about paying attention to his movements, and you want to be careful when you get up close to him. If he fires upwards and you're caught in that little projectile storm, it's the equivalent of an upwards DNA cannon. You're dead. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Keep your distance at some points, and only circle in for the kill when it looks safe. Use that wild kick when it's viable. While the flamethrower is a pain to dodge, it's easier to dodge than the missile or the simple laser blasts he fires. And then there's the second phase. It may look difficult at first, and it may give you the idea that you have to basically make sure you have to take care of the shady elites to get rid of them. You don't. There's a reason why there's a wall nearby. With Mila, you just have to puppy float and use your little shields. With Lilac, you can just dragon boost into it as a start and try to hit him on the way down. With Carol, just wall jump your way up there. At the very least, it starts off with Mila giving you a health pedal some health pedals because of the damage you took, and some gas canisters to get on your bike for some extra damage. You're going to want to do those double jumps with that bike. It is very viable for that fight, especially to break the windshield. As soon as the windshield breaks, the fight is over. Goodness gracious, that analysis was bigger than any other analysis before it on my notes page. But what is the rating of this? Jade Creek is a level 7. It is a big difficulty spike if you're playing on hard, or even on normal if you don't know how to play the characters correctly. It is a very difficult stage to learn at first, and while after playing it for a while and you get used to the stage design, the stage is not that difficult, but it's the bosses where the biggest source of difficulty comes from. The bosses really destroy any sort of thing before it. Especially Nero. I argue Nero is much harder. But, good news is, we got through it. The bad news is, the next stage. Oh. Greetings, everyone. Or rather, welcome back, because we had a bit of a refreshing pause after the analysis of Jade Creek in terms of how easy it is to no-def it. This next stage, however, I'm going to die a lot here. I am going to die a lot for sure. Insult to injury, give me a 1-up. When I can't even exactly use them. So this next stage right here, well, I've done it once, I'll do it again, but I'm not going to enjoy it.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
Welcome to Hell. This is Trap Hideout. A stage that is really angered this puppy so much that he had to stop recording because of how long it was getting, and he wasn't sure that the bitrate was going to play nice. This stage is absolutely is like one of the most frustrating experiences that isn't Crash Bandicoot 4 or isn't a freaking Kaizo ROM hack. Because, goodness gracious, I spent the most time here just trying to get through the stage without dying. And I've done it once, and I'm gonna do it again because of how frustrating this stage is. This first part is basically, don't get hit, because those lasers will basically it's like it takes your health and tosses it into a paper shredder. That's how much those lasers suck. It's the equivalent of what if this stage was full of DNA cannons. And they can aim upwards. Or side to side. Oh yeah, I think you can damage that enemy, damage that mid-boss, mid-boss as it flies away. Be sure to, knock out every single one of these bats. Because they will hit you in the mid-boss. And you don't want to get hit in the mid-boss, now do you? Now, because I got hit, I have to be careful here, because I don't want to die, because I've already died so many times in this stage that I had to basically restart the recording. And there was no funny outtakes, it was just me absolutely getting super frustrated at this stage. Just don't be down there if you don't be down there when it fires its laser, because you saw what happens when I did. I'm already off to an absurdly bad start. Oy. Just... Oh! Take that. We take those. Oy. If possible, avoid conflict like that, because you can get cheap shot if you took that ladder. But conflict is something you want to avoid with this stage, because your health is too valuable to make it worth it if you want to beat the stage without dying. Invincibility frames is something you're likely going to abuse. Why do I have ringing in my ear? Dang tinnitus. Oi. Because this stage infuriates me. Well, it's not as bad as, say, Final Dreadnought 2, but it's close. Oi. Be absolutely careful around here, because those shurikens have stupid hitboxes, like disconnected ones. Oh. Oh. Oi. Like, if I have to, like, try to avoid damage altogether, it without dying and such. Like either it's like something that should be late game, or test of masters, or the game, or the stage was made way too hard to be fun. And if something's too hard to be fun, I don't exactly consider that a good thing. Good news is, we still have our Earth Shield. Bad news is, another section full of spikes. Carol, we have to be absolutely careful here. Just be careful. Just make sure. Game. Okay. So, with the Earth Shield here, we are completely immune to its attacks. Because if we had any other shield, those crystals on its head would hurt. And there we go. The Earth Shield makes this boss a non-issue. Because there are ways of dealing with it without the Earth Shield, and it's not that hard of a boss. It's easier than the mid-boss of this stage. But if you can carry the Earth Shield to this boss fight, well, do it. This area is made for Carol. You want to book it with Carol as much as possible. And speaking of booking things with Carol, just do that. You want to make sure you just cleave through those and get away from conflict as much as possible. Just... so much for my Earth Shield. Just trying to stay alive is the most important thing. Because, goodness gracious, the boss here, we're already at the boss because of how many times I failed this. And believe me, I made sure to get out of there. Yeah. Anyways, these ninjas right here, you have to defeat 90 of them. If we were playing as Mila, it's only 15. Those shurikens right there, like, they will continuously do damage against you, and if they gang up on you, well, there'd be too much to deal with. And because we're now at the point where they're starting to drop health, ugh. Anyways, Spade here. Spade, I never have a strategy for because of the way he fights. Anyway, I have to be absolutely careful. Oh, finally! Guess I have to bring out the death montage from the recycling bin now. Too bad I don't have the audio for it because I got so frustrated with it. So I'm gonna have to make it a bit of a montage of failure.
Oh, come on, Cleo.
Yeah, that's right, Cleo. Yes, that's right, Cleo. I'm playing as a wildcat. I will see you with the video analysis for the stage
Cleo,
and the outtakes montage.
Cleo.
Was that meow yawn right there, Cleo?
She wants in, and she like sits there and looks at your door, and it's just like, you know. I don't know.
I think we'll keep the same because of the perfectly timed Cleo.
What do you got that?
Oh, whoa! There's the first F. It begins. Little HP the stage gives you. And look at that. Not only have I been electrocuted, I've been thunderclapped. I just got help. Ah. Yeah, laugh at me, you audience. Right, never mind, I get chomped. I'm trying to be careful around this particular part. Because that's why! I double jumped there! Come on! What if DNA cannons were everywhere? These lasers right here. I'm trying to be careful and I landed the lasers anyway! Ugh. And as you can tell, it gets overwhelming fast, which makes me believe that trying to get through it without taking a single hit is going to be impossible. I thought we were getting done, but no, we're not. Spade himself. And that's why. Spade here is a pain. I'm almost dead. No! I'm so close. He just picked up the health pedal. I didn't know he could pick up a health pedal. That just did some damage. Aye. Much harder is much harder with Mila because of how much it cleaves through you. Hey. Because of stuff like that. Carol, get up on the things and damage this. He hurts. Like, it's hard for him to stay still. No! I just want to be done with this! Because if you lose your bike here, you'll practically get... See how much they're doing to you? This particular stage. This stage. As you can already tell, the outtakes went from annoyed to absolutely angry really fast. And you can tell that there was a lot of BS that I had to deal with. What you didn't see were takes where I just got so furious that even if I didn't die, I just basically restarted on principle because I knew that it wasn't going to be the run. So let's break down this stage. Let's talk about why this stage sucks. Outtake's progress only gets a bit shaky later in the game, with Pangu Lagoon and Final Dreadnought 2 being her hardest. But you want to know what Mila and Carol get? A difficulty spike, both literally and figuratively. This is Carol's hardest stage, harder than FD2 and harder than what it's meant to be. Like, harder than what's meant to be the hardest stage in the game, which is supposed to be Final Dreadnought 4. There are many reasons for that. At this point in time, I've only done this stage twice, both for being recorded live. The other stage that I was dreading, I had to practice, but there are so many things that can go wrong with this overly cramped stage. In terms of traps, we got spikes, spike balls with questionable hitboxes, enemies that are precariously placed, enemies that hurt like a sledgehammer to the face, hit stun, and so many bombs. Mix this together with 99 ninjas that chip down your health or outright destroy you, and a boss that's harder than it looks, and you have a recipe for malarkey. Ugh. cramped level design that would fit for Mega Man 2, a strict time limit for the speedrunner challenge. Please do it with Mila. She only has 15 to defeat. And someone who's a real pain to hit up close and personal, resulting in the only level to be worthy of this rating. A level red difficulty is for the rare level that frustrates me beyond belief. Very few levels come close to hitting that streak. I shouldn't double the no death run as a perfect run, and dear God, I think beating the stage without getting hit as Carol, specifically, may very well be impossible. I played this game for 7 years, soon to be 8 in the upcoming year, but this very stage, I've only done twice on hard. I've done other stages more times and such, and on top of that, I've had to practice other stages that made things insufferable. Good news is, it's all over. Ugh.